Hello and welcome back to another episode of World of Warcraft Hardcore. My name is Syken and today we're continuing with Syken Shocks Our Shaman that shocks the entirety of Terran Mill. It is time to continue the adventure here. Let's first of all do what every good person would do, which is looking for another person to do the elite quest. And whilst this is ongoing, we are kind of on our way. Look at that. Very good. Let's move there. And we're going to do exactly that quest. We are doing exactly that quest. Alright, fast forward until we're there. Alright, had a telephone call, which basically meant I couldn't record it at the same time. We were in Dungarok. I finished the sword there and realized also that the last part of the Battle of Hillspread is actually in Dungarok, so I kind of messed up the quest timing a little bit. Well, that's okay. We're now going to do something that I really wanted to do, the Herculean Rod for Hercules' Revenge. And we're going to do Syndicate Missive, which should be great as well. The setup with our dagger and the shield is actually like super good. I'm just noticing how little damage we're overall taking. I'm putting a stone skin on top of it, and it is surprisingly low amounts of damage that are coming in between block and damage reduction from stone skin. Like, these guys are hitting for, what are we even talking about, 20 points of damage, 16 are being healed back, so we're barely losing any health, and we're clapping hard. No world buffs, but a lot of other buffs that keep us nice and healthy. Typically, the healing stream totem isn't really worth it, because the mana that you need for it isn't really offset by the amount of value of healing that you get. However, if you're chain pulling multiple enemies in a row, that actually becomes surprisingly effective, because I don't need to eat. And you can see I'm just passively healing up. It's not much, but 10-15% easily per pull, and that's just as much as you're losing. So you're really staying nice and healthy the entire time. And I am trying to just use mana effective spells, because that's the main downside of the shaman. His inability to sustain long periods of fights. So trying to cast my stuff at the very beginning, then we're just getting the enemies down. And that's really it. I also realized, holy smokes, our inventory is full. Should clean that up much better. Good. Place new totems. Thankfully, I do have totemic mastery, so it's 30 feet range, which is great. And yeah, after those initial casts, we have enough time to just regain all of the mana that we've lost. What we're looking for, by the way, in this Yeti cave is the Herculean Rod, which sometimes can take a while before it drops. using Nana whenever we need in order to kill someone faster. And then look at that. I mean, we were fighting 2 of them, and I barely lost 20% health. That's all there is. The rest is just sustained. And thanks to Wind Fury, things are actually working out very, very well for us. Alright, this and that, and a little bit of that. Cool, so I suggest I will go through this cave and obliterate a lot of the Yetis. This is a fantastic grinding spot. Grinded it very often. Yetis are nice in a way that they don't have any real special abilities, very moderate hit points, and just overall good to fight against. So I'll grind through these guys until the rod drops, and then we're going for the Syndicate next, I think. So fast forward. Alright, we are done with the Herculean rod and are done with that cave. I am killing really fast. Absolutely love up-to-date weapons on the Shaman. It's an easy and fun build or character to play. Gotta be careful here. That's a death zone for characters that are not Alliance, so we're not going to go up there. There's a nice little set of quests over here, which we're going to take soon, but before we take them, let's do the Syndicative Missive and get those quest lines started before we're then going to Dalaran and do the Dalaran quest lines, which are fun as well, by the way. So we're just at that right level where all of it is nicely coming together. The Arathi Highlands would be another option, but I rather would want to do the Stranglethorn Vale first before actually doing any of that. Alright, short trade-in. I think that comes just natural.
What now? Beware, our enemy is abound.
Plenty of experience just from the trade-in. We now need to go to the Hillspread Miners, which funnily enough I could have done earlier when killing the lead miner, but it is what it is. That will be a good quest to do. We're doing infiltration into the Battle of Hillspread, and then we had the follow-up quest where we need to charge the ceremonial pyres. No, that is the Horde side. I confused myself for a moment. I thought, oh my god, we're at the entrance of Alliance. No, that's the Horde entrance, so we're good. Yeah, we got Flame of Viras and Azul charged, and the other flame charge. We can do that as well. Good quests. It's been a while since I quested through the entirety of Hillspread, but it's definitely a fun little area, one of my favorite ones. I'm often saying that for many of the areas, but it is really such a nice area. Good. We need to get the Syndicative Missive, which can drop from any of those guys, really. And then I think there was another just lootable quest right there. Problem with these guys is many of them patrol. Yeah, we're just pulling that a little bit further back to prevent totem aggro. And let's do a pack of 2. Shaman just knows one way of handling multiples, and that is massive damage. Should have potentially used full mana before going in. Good, that could be another pull. Okay, and this is mission abort. You guys take good care.
That's still recharging.
And we'll just drink here. Okay, well, hasn't worked yet. Thank you.
I can't use that item yet.
Definitely need to also sell a bunch. Good. We're back in action. There is the other quest, the henchman. In the meantime, any of these guys can drop the letter that we need. I think I'm just going to clear that entire side because that could be an escort quest. Don't remember from the top of my head what exactly the quest entails. There's the pad. Just appreciating its timing. Couple more totems, and let's get that thief here. Should be a single pull, at least until we're almost done with them. And as long as you're having a single with the shaman wearing a shield, much of what I can do can really just be auto attack, totem, and lightning shield damage, simply because it is so effective. It'll change once we do have more points into elemental. I mentioned that I want to respec around level 40. But up to that point, I think we're fine doing exactly this here. Very nice. Good, listen. I think I'll fast forward to the clearing process in at least until we're at Valak. Just as I was fast forwarding it, the guys had the syndicative missive, which means we're done with our drop quest, and all we now need is to get Mr. Valak. And that should not be a big problem. Good. Ready up and give it a go. We're level 33, which water-wise, it sucks drinking 25 water already. So I'm very much looking forward to that sweet, sweet level 35 when we finally can get a bit of better mage water. And...
Greetings. Be careful. What can I do for you?
Oh, whoa, 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 we have no free room. Okay, that is not how it should work. Of course, being borderline assassinated here. Oh wait, it was not the room, it was the amount of quests that I do have available. Aha, okay, that makes sense. Well, let's try that again. Duplicate item found. What is the duplicate item? Syndicative missive.
Can I help you?
Oh, I see. So he could simply give us that missive. I think that would at least give us experience. So there you go. He then turns into an enemy. Interesting. You should really not cast when you're in melee. It's just not worth it. All right, cool. Done. Let's get the Flame of Yuzal charged and then move down to get the other flames charged. I think that's the play here. And in Hillspread we wanted to take down the miners. Fair enough, that's not going to be a big problem. And then we want to also get over there. Cool. Lots of quests to follow up on. Plenty of Yetis here. Just the right level for us. I think what we're going to do is we're starting to clear. Mainly because I want to have an option to kite if things go bad. So let me take out all of those Yetis here. So we're almost done with clearing everything up. You can see a wake of destruction behind me, trail of destruction. Lots of Yetis lost their life in an attempt to defend that cave. But there are still 2 more defenders in there. And if we've learned anything by now, Shamans excel at single target kills, but they do not have a lot of tools for just overall great crowd control. So the answer is, as always, more damage. Got a little bit of, well, I could theoretically Stoneclaw totem them off of me, but I think Stone Skin is doing the job just fine. We're definitely not going in with half mana, because for a mana hungry class like the Shaman, well, that is not a good idea. So let's give it a go. 1, 2, 3. Where is that other guy? Okay, we single pulled. Wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that at all. Okay, well, never mind then. Never mind. Oh, that was actually quite easy then. I was under the impression we would always pull those 2 together, but apparently that was not the case. I don't remember though whether or not something happens when you're extinguishing the thing. Something vaguely tells me, like 20 years ago when I did the quest, something tells me that something has happened when I did that quest. Okay, let's better be safe than sorry. Did anyone come? Yes, no, maybe.
It's too far.
Apparently not. Well, that's good. We're getting some free iron on top of it. and we just need to charge both of the others. Alright, let me walk to that other Yeti cave, and our Yeti massacre will continue there. Hercula Revenge. Okay, cool.
That's still recharging.
So what we don't want to do is go straight down, because that would just get us into the arms of the guards there. And I don't feel like losing my character to a level 50 guard. Not yet. So, since we need to do the walk through Dalaran, I am wondering, maybe it's actually next level strategy to simply go here first and get the Warren tokens as well as a couple of shards. Well, that's not a bad idea. What's up here? An elite quest. Okay, well, we can do that a bit later. These guys carry the tokens. Make no... Oh, yeah, well, the Archmage we don't want to fight, so we'll just give them a nice little marker. Don't make any mistake. This here is a dangerous area. Mainly because the elemental slaves have a huge area where they are aggroing, and these guys here, the summoners, do have a two abilities that are dangerous. One is summon shield guard, and one is summon Thurgist. Summon shield guard essentially creates another elemental slave, so that just adds pressure to whatever situation you find yourself in. And summon Thurge is even worse, because that summons another summoner. On top of it, they do have fireballs, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, I am not mistaken. Luckily for me, the whole fireball thing is not the biggest problem, because as a shaman, you eat NPC casters for breakfast.
It's too far away.
Cool. Careful here. Let's get that that slave first. You just shouldn't be over confident. Oh no, they are immune to mage. Yeah, you just shouldn't be overconfident. That's all. The rest is actually relatively straightforward. These guys do less damage the less health they have. So with us being front-loaded in our damage typically, well, that's a really good combination for us. Although they are immune to our main source of damage, lightning shield and lightning bolts. Both don't really do anything to earth elementals, so that's a bit of a problem. Thinking about it, earth elementals are pretty much a counter for many classes. Like rogues have a really tough time against them. Poison immune, that also means immune to blind. Just generally high AC, which for a rogue isn't perfect either. Hard to crit. Good. This is where we are going to get our tokens from over the next half hour or so. It's a bit longer quest line, but the other Dalaran people can apparently also drop them, which is good. Just gotta work around those elemental slaves. Good. Fast forward until we do the other Dalaran quest. Alright, I got enough tokens from other mages and realized that I can also get some tokens from the normal prison guards here, which is going to be our next quest. Not to get the tokens, but actually to do the prison escape. These guys here are slightly more soft in the way that they play. The one thing that annoys me with Dalaran is just its enormous respawn potential, and specifically the the Earth Elemental guards there just tend to be overall annoying. Lots of hit points, lots of defense, immune to nature magic. Not a very good combination for what we're trying to do. That's single pull. Very good. Not 100% sure in which of these buildings we were. I know that the Bloodstone Oval was in here, and I think we need to get into that other into that other building. Didn't pay attention for a moment. Alright. Time for us to boogie out. Health potion. Target dummy. And we're gone. Yeah, well, that's the third inside of the house spawning these guys, so that was poorly done because he seemed to have aggroed through the wall and I did not realize it quick enough. What exactly does poorly done mean? I mean, it wasn't really my fault that he aggroed through the wall. But it is the expectable bullshit that you need to deal with when you're playing this game. Things like these simply happen. And yeah, summon these spirits of the old gods. Once it goes through, you have a problem, as you've seen. Specifically, if they summon it through the wall. I think this third here Thurgis had summoned as well, so therein lied the problem. 1, 2. Is he aggro? No, he is not. But someone from behind the fence aggroed. Wonderful. You just gotta love this area, don't you?
Can't use that item yet.
What a beautiful situation. Good. We're fighting our way in. Normally that should be way more straightforward, but this path here, not great. And damage reflect without reacting to it, not great either. So when they stand just like that and they are reflecting, then you're essentially dealing damage to yourself. And unfortunately, it was just one Wind Fury proc. That dealt like almost 50% health damage to me. So gotta be really careful here. Protection is up. We don't have any other consumables. Buff food is up, so we're as strong as we will be. Let's get this guy here. By the way, I hope you have seen just how conveniently I shot him through the actual fence. I think the big problem with this area in general is the line of sight is bugged, and it now there had been 2 instances now where this could have been dangerous. I reacted both of the times appropriately. Boy, you don't want to mess with line of sight. Is this guy running through the wall now? No. Okay, that would have just been the icing on the cake, wouldn't it? Like, sorry, but we went full matrix mode now. Walls are optional. Alright, if you are doing your little reflect, I'll just wait here. And yeah, that reflect can happen really quickly, as you can see. Like one moment he's still standing there, ready to attack, and there's not even a cast animation. It's just, okay, now it's reflect. And outside, the reflect went straight into a nice Wind Fury proc. And that's of course not what we want to see. Good, but now we're just having 2 shield guards up there, which is why I'm drinking up that, and that, and that. And let's see, can we hit them from here? No, we cannot, but the totem apparently can. Let's use Stoneclaw Totem on cooldown. Just offers us some more crowd control. Alright. One of them is down. We're just going to heal through that. Lightning Shield into shock. Into down. Yeah, we can take 2 mobs of the same level, but if it becomes way more than that, we're not really equipped to do that. Maybe with a potion and so on, that is possible. And I could also use my dynamite more liberally, I think, just for AoE damage. But yeah, generally speaking, not the best situation when you pull more than 1 mob. And Warden Balamore. Good. Let's get a little bit of this going. And interrupt. Yeah, well, apparently not interrupt her. That was the first interrupt that actually worked out. Good. Balamore's research journal. Not really what we need. Oh shit, that was a potion that I... Why did I just click the potion? Now we're on cooldown, we need to be extra careful. We don't have potion cooldown. Fat fingered that. My bad. Good. Shield guards begin to respawn. You can see that thanks to the nameplates. And given that our potions are still on another 1 minute cooldown, we don't want any situation where we are pulling multiples or need to run. See, there we go. Reflect yet again. nicely back into reflect. Alright, so we need to get into that other building, to buildings, plural. Luckily this time we have a few more casters. Yeah, they are. Two of the Thurks are now summoning the spirits of the old gods. No point in even fighting this. Way too many enemies. We're just taking the front entrance. I don't like see-through walls, but it is a reality of World of Warcraft. Good. We will need to pull this here completely. Shield guard takes a lot of damage up front. I love it. This will be a double pull, so we're just going to use a very similar strategy. And then we're just going to pull that entire camp one at a time. In the meantime, let's destroy the stuff that we really don't need. Alright, so that and a little bit of that and that.
The spell isn't ready yet.
And let's get those shield guards. 1, 2, 3. Using Stoneclaw to take one of the shield guards off of me. Not very successful, I might say. No matter how we spin it, even with kind of a couple of different skills that I'm using, at the end of the day, if I pull 2 and want to comfortably win, it'll almost always deplete the entirety of the mana. And that's also, by the way, not a shaman specific situation. If you are having any class that doesn't really have a hard crowd control, you will find yourself oftentimes in the situation that if you fight 2 even level mobs, or in this case even higher level mobs sometimes, that you will just run out of juice. Before we do anything, let's just make sure that these Thurgus are being taken care of. I don't want any summoning of the old god, I don't want any frostbolts, I want none of that. Luckily, once you engage them, they're actually quite weak. Alright, Richter here will go down, just like any traitor of the Horde would. Got his marble, which sounds a little bit wrong when I'm saying that, but I still got his marble, so it is what it is. And now it's just this very house, and we're finally done with that quest. That was a long one, shockingly long. That's such an annoying ability. Don't add. Thank you. Good, that will be the Bloodstone Shard, and then I think we're just having one more and we're done, finally. Dermot is the last one, the last guy here. And then we got all traitors down, because these guys here are collaborating or prisoners. I don't know, I don't remember the lore exactly, but be it as it may, they need to die. Okay, cool. Problem solved, shards obtained, enough bullshit endured. Now it's time for a short visit at the Yeti Cave and then turn in. Alright, we started the recording again at kind of halfway through the cave. Already did one of the braziers, and now it's just one more to go before we finally done them all. Unfortunately, we're also out of self-buff scrolls. I buy them whenever I can get my hands onto them. They are not that readily available. So, we got another iron deposit on the left, and then on the right we got the brazier, so should get both. I will maybe fast forward actually until we are at the next brazier, because I appreciate these are a lot of Yetis to go through. It's kind of 20 or 30 of them. Alright, there we go. Third brazier charged, and we even found ourselves another nice chest. Now it's just a matter of getting that last ore, and we're done here. Fantastic. Wow, I'm so overloaded. It's unbelievable. I think we don't need that much here. Nice boots actually. Agility, stamina. Ours are slightly better, but still, those are incredibly good boots. Double boots right there. Nice. Okay. I will simply get that last bit of ore, and then we're done here. The Yeti Cave, one of my favorites, really good to grind. Also, if you, for instance, as a warrior, just got your whirlwind axe, like this cave here is just phenomenal for simply grinding down mobs. It's faster for a few levels though than questing speed, because a warrior with proper enchants, that is in twink gear, will kill these guys here in give and take 15 seconds, plus charges to the next one, almost no break in between. So you can get 4, maybe even 5 of these mobs in per minute, and they come at 200 XP per pop, so it's 1,000 per minute, 60,000 per hour. So you can see that's less than an hour in order to level for a few levels, that is. It'll decline. There's so many things with warriors, since they are so gear dependent. You at some point will no longer enjoy the benefits of simply completely out damaging and obliterating your opposition. At some point they will catch up, have more hit points, and the Whirlwind Axe, as nice as it is at level 30, becomes quite a commodity. At 40 it already becomes a bit staler, and yeah, then you need new weapons. But that's luckily not necessarily the shaman's problem. Shamans are more gear dependent than pure caster classes, but not by a lot. Matter of fact, if you just look at what I could get away with in an elemental spec, of course additional spell damage helps, because it'll make sure that you are killing the mobs faster. But due to the dual nature of the shaman, it will never be just like a fire mage that needs to keep the opposition completely at bay. You can very much, even as an elemental shaman, take a couple of hits, go in with a good one-hand weapon and a shield, and essentially the routine then will be 3 bolts into maybe a shock, and then the rest will be melee attacks. So yeah, all of the lightning bolts do not necessarily need equipment in order to still strike through. Currently dealing like what, 200 nature damage to enemies, so that'll be 600. These guys are coming in at around, I would say, 1,200 hit points. So that'll be, like I said, a bit more than half of their entire hit point pool. And technically, if we would be a pure Ally Shaman, it would be, our rotation would look something like that. And you can see with that rotation, the guy's already at 50% when coming in. Downside of that rotation, of course, is it is way more mana intense. And therefore you need to drink more often. Alright, so enough babbling. Let's straight in the quest. Fast forward for you. Oh, I just remember why I didn't do Herculean Revenge. That one finishes at the Hillspread Cemetery. I'm not going to do that. So that means all of the activity for the Herculean Revenge was for nothing. I said abandon, insta abandon. I should have remembered that. That's way, 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 way too dangerous. I'm not going to risk my character over such a minor quest. Shouldn't risk your home for a hotel, is what they say, in a bit of a different context, but same applies here.
What is it? Beware. I'm listening. What is it? I'm listening.
By Brace of Earthbind, do I really need to go back and do these Earth Elementals again? Oh my lord.
Loktar, for the Horde.
Alright, wait, what was that last quest? Goldir. Find out where Goldir is being held. Yeah, up there, but that's a little bit too high for us. Summoners and Earth Bindings, yeah. I didn't time those quests very well. I remember that I did those together once, but apparently not this time. And I also failed to do the miners yet, so a bit of room for improvement on my quest optimization journey here. Let me sell, and then we're going back to the miners. Alright, and we're back at it, this time in the mine. I think we need to kill Hillspread Miner and the Foreman. Yeah, the Foreman needs to die as well. I personally like the upper entrance a bit more. It's also easier to exit if things go wrong. And as we've learned, caves produce graves. The same holds, of course, true for mines. Very comfortable kill of 3 of them. So that's a good sign, because we will likely produce some sort of ads in there, and if we can just chain kill them like we did in this example, then that should be fine. The foreman itself is a bit of a tougher nut to crack. Will come solo, but as he reduces in health, he will call in the aid of 2, which is why this was quite helpful. For caves, I personally prefer grounding totem over stone claw, simply because oftentimes you have more of a problem of them running away than just an abundance of damage that is coming in. So that works very well. Generally, I'm a big fan of the Earthbind totem.
That smell is
Good. Miners are dying super fast. That's good. Nice little crit there. That guy comes in and is already at half health before the show even starts. Good. Let me get to the foreman. Good. This here is the crux where most of the problems are happening. I personally like to make sure that all of the patrols are cleared, which is the case. There's the foreman. Don't want to pull him yet. What we're doing instead is we're pulling all of the other mobs that could intervene with our fight here. And once we're done, it's time to build our little fortress. For him in particular, since he spawns ads, we're going with that, and that. Full mana, absolute full mana. That was a blessing in disguise, because he could have added absolute full mana, rebuff, drink, and we're good. It's going to be a tough fight. Want to be ready for that. Starting with lightning bolt into shock, and that was a nice combo. These guys have shield bash, so make no mistake, casting here would not be really the best option. But yeah, thanks to proper preparation and knowing what would come, we're actually okay. Very much so. Very good. That was the miner, and now I'm going to offline go up there and do that whole Dalaran quest again. Not the biggest fan of the idea, but what can you do? What can you do? To be fair, we need elemental cores and bindings. That, yeah, the summoners, the elemental slaves, and the bracers of earth bindings. So that's 2 quests. Lots of kills that are needed for that. How many summoners do we need? 6. Well, that is doable. 12 of the elementals is realistic because oftentimes you're fighting elementals more than the normal summoners because they are just so readily available there. Good. Let me do that off screen. I think that will take too long enough. We've already seen how that whole area looks. Alright, we're on our final lap. We're going back to Terran Mill. Trade in all of the quests. Took me a little bit longer to finish those. The Dalaran quests are fun, but slightly annoying, I shall say. Just for the sheer amount of waiting and mobs that are not really helpful. Good. So, what are we going to do? We're going to trade in the quests, we're leveling up, and then I think in the next episode can make up my mind where exactly we would want to go. There we go. That's level 34.
What is it? Watch your back.
Got a couple of follow-up quests for the Alterak mountains. Oh yeah, the Battle of Hillspread, that's the final version there. Not sure if we're going to do that right now. Potentially not. I would say it's unfortunate, but for those 25 silver, we're not going to do it. We'll cut the episode short. It's been a long time anyways. I'll do some behind the scenes stuff, and next time we're potentially starting with STV, so Stranglethorn Vale. Let's go, boys. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.